morphology, and life cycle of algae. So when we talk about morphology, we're talking about the physical characteristics, and we're going to talk about the structures, and also when we talk about the life cycle, we're going to talk about the reproduction, the life processes. So we're going to pick a representative algae. We're going to talk about Clamydomonas, that is a multi-unicellular green algae. Multi-unicellular green algae. We're going to talk about Spirogyra. We're going to talk about Euglena. Then we have Fucus. That's the thalloid algae. So when we talk about this algae, let's start from the Clamydomonas. When we talk about Clamydomonas, it is a simple, unicellular green algae. That is Clamydomonas. It's multi, it's unicellular, and it's also a green algae. And the structure, when we talk about the structure or the habitat, where can we find Clamydomonas? They are usually found in freshwater, probably ponds and lakes, stagnant water. That's where you usually find Clamydomonas. Then Clamydomonas structure is spherical. Let's draw the structure of Clamydomonas. So we have something like this. Clamydomonas. So we have flagellum. We have the paranoid. We have the nucleus. We have the full reservoir. So let's say we have this flagellum. Let's say this is our eye spot. It has eye spot. It also has contractile vacuole. Clamydomonas, there is a nucleus here. Nucleus at the center. We also have the cell wall. We also have, chlorophyll, and paranoid, where it stores starch. So this is the structure of Clamydomonas. So when you talk about Clamydomonas, this is the simple structure of Clamydomonas. That's two flagellum and a contractile vacuole. This contractile vacuole is usually for excretion. So this flagellum is for locomotion. That's why it is motile. The flagellum is responsible for locomotion. The contractile vacuole is what is used to carry out excretion. The eye spot is responsible for sensitivity. It responds to light. Then the nucleus, that is where the genetic material, that is what is responsible for reproduction. So they also have the cell wall for protection. It covers the whole internal structure. Then we have the chlorophyll, the chloroplast rather. The chloroplast carries out, photosynthesis. So they use their chloroplast for nutrition. Then the pyrenoid is the storage. So they store their food as starch. So that is why the pyrenoid is the starch storage. So that is the structure of Clamydomonas and the functions of this structure. So when we talk about Clamydomonas, they are found in fresh water, as I've said. They also carry out reproduction. We have talked about their structure, their reproduction now. When we talk about reproduction in Clamydomonas, Clamydomonas can carry out both sexual and asexual reproduction. So asexual reproduction in Clamydomonas occur by cell division. That is formation of spores. They can have formation of spores. Okay, so occur by formation of spores. But these spores are multi-spores. So when there is division, the cell inside, when these Clamydomonas want to carry out reproduction, the chloroplast will be withdrawn, and after that there will be formation of spores. So these spores are multi-spores, so they are called zoospores. So that is the type of spores they form. That's when they want to carry out asexual reproduction. And this will occur by mitosis, cell division. There will be cell division. The body or the mature Clamydomonas will carry out cell division as a result of mitosis, and there will be formation of spores. So these spores will germinate and it will develop into another Clamydomonas. But the other one, we said that this one is multi-spores. That's what they produce. Then the other group is sexual reproduction now. Sexual reproduction in Clamydomonas occur by fusion of gametes. So, for sexual reproduction to occur, there must be two Clamydomonas, and they will produce the male and the female gamete. So there will be fusion of gamete. When these two Clamydomonas come together, there can be, fusion of nucleus, and there can be fusion of the protoplast. So that is how they, they carry out sexual reproduction. When two Clamydomonas come together, there will be, transfer of fusion of nucleus, and that will result in production of zygotes. So let's say these are Clamydomonas. The Clamydomonas will produce the gamete. So we produce both male and female gametes. So these gametes will now fuse together. Another gamete will now fuse together, fertilization, to form the zygote. So in sexual reproduction, there is formation of zygotes. That's when the two gametes are fused together. So these zygotes will now carry out meiosis. To form spores. And the spore will now give rise to Clamydomonas. So this is sexual reproduction in Clamydomonas. So when we have the Clamydomonas, it will produce the male gamete and the female gamete. So when the male and the female gamete fuse together, we have zygotes, and these zygotes will carry meiosis, reduction division, to form the spores. So these spores germinate to give us a real Clamydomonas. But in asexual reproduction, these Clamydomonas will just give rise to spores. That is mobile spores, and these spores will give rise to Clamydomonas. That is asexual reproduction. So let's move now to Spirogyra. I believe we have understand Clamydomonas. Spirogyra is another organism that is not unicellular but multicellular, since it is filamentous anyway. Spirogyra is a filamentous algae, filamentous green algae. And when you talk about Spirogyra, they are also found in water, gutter, they appear green. You can find them in ponds, lakes. So this Spirogyra contain or consist of filament. They contain cells that make it prolong like filament, and this filament can be branched and sometimes they can be unbranched. So when you have the structure of Spirogyra, you can have something like this. So we have the diagram. So we have the structure like this. So we have structure of Spirogyra. So we have the cell wall. We have the cytoplasm. We have the nucleus. We have the paranoid. So this is the structure. So we have the paranoid. We have the chloroplast. Cytoplasmic strand. We also have vacuum. So that is the structure. So that is the structure of Spirogyra. So if you want to, Spirogyra consists of a long filament. So Spirogyra carry out are both sexual and asexual reproduction. But as you can see, the cell wall consists of different materials. So the cell wall protects the internal structure. Then we have the cytoplasm. Inside the cytoplasm, we have the whole structure. Then we have the vacuole, which is responsible for storage. The nucleus is for sexual reproduction. Pyrenoid also stores food. Vacuole stores water. The pyrenoid is the storage for food. Then chloroplast is what they use for the manufacture of food. Then the cytoplasmic strand is what joins the whole structure together. So this is the structure of Spirogyra. So then we talk about the reproduction. In Spirogyra, they carry out both sexual and asexual reproduction. And asexual reproduction occurs by fragmentation. In Spirogyra, asexual reproduction occurs by fragmentation. But when we talk about the sexual reproduction occurs by fusion of gametes. Sexual reproduction occurs by fusion of gametes. Conjugation. That occurs conjugation. And this conjugation occurs when we have two different strains of Spirogyra that lie together, that lie side by side. So when we have two strains of Spirogyra that lie side by side, there will be transmission of genetic material from one Spirogyra to the other. And when this material, or when the gametes pass from one Spirogyra to the other, they form conjugation 2, after which there is fusion of gametes. So when fusion of gametes occurs in Spirogyra, we said the sexual reproduction in Spirogyra, let's say this is our Spirogyra plant. To carry out gametes, we have gametes. Another Spirogyra will produce another gamete. So when these gametes come together, they form fertilization, and after that there will be production of zygote. So in Spirogyra, this zygote usually form a thick coat to form what we call zygospore. Zygospore is a kind of resting spore. That is, it is immotile, it doesn't move. So this zygospore is the one that will now carry out meiosis to form the Spirogyra. So this is the life cycle, this is the sexual reproduction in Spirogyra. So when the Spirogyra form one gamete, another Spirogyra will form another gamete, then they will fusion gamete when they lie side by side. So this fusion of gamete will give us the zygote. The zygote will develop a thick coat to form a resting spore called zygospore, and this zygospore will carry out meiosis, reduction division, to form the Spirogyra. And that is how Spirogyra carry out sexual reproduction by conjugation. Then after Spirogyra now, we can now